Good morning. Welcome to day 38 of the 100-day project. This is day 37. It's a hot mess right now. I know. It doesn't look like much, but we're hoping for the best. There's a girl in here somewhere and we're trying to make her happen. If you didn't see yesterday's video, go watch that because that shows how we got here. Today, I'm going to try and finish her off. I'm going to look her over for a minute and then I'm going to make a decision about what to do next because you know how you work on something and you're on a roll and then you have to stop and you have enough time away that when you come back, you look at it and you go, oh, that's how I feel this morning with her. I know she'll be cute eventually because she's already cute. I just love her hair. And I have to say, I see a flower in the making at some point where I painted her hair on the paper. Eventually, after adding paint, there's going to be a flower there, I bet. Try to keep that in mind. And if it ever comes back around, remind me I said that if I don't remind myself. Anyway, I'm going to look her over and see what needs to be done next because I need to get back in that groove. The girl groove, whatever the groove is. All right, get your coffee. I'm waiting on mine, and I will see you back here in a few minutes. I made a decision about what to do next. Actually, I made two decisions while y'all were gone. One, put the resident art sweater on because I'm cold. So I did that. And two, I'm trying to work with her and I'm not satisfied with her yet. And then I'm trying to put her on a background that I'm not satisfied with yet. So it's like my brain's in a battle. It's just agitating me and that's not a good way to feel. So I decided what I want to do is I'm going to take a lightweight piece of paper. This is copy paper that you pull out of your copy machine, very, very light. And I'm going to assemble her on this paper. Another thing is I couldn't decide what to do with the flower, what position I wanted the flower in so that I'd know how to put the pieces down. For example, do I want the flower behind her or in front of her? I didn't want to glue her down and then have the flower stuck out there somewhere where I didn't want it. So I'm going to glue her together. Then once she's assembled, I'm going to play with her some more and get her where I want her. And then we will come back to the background, or we might abandon it. You never know. I am prone to do things like that. So I'm just going to take her pieces and I'm going to start off with what I know I can glue down without too big of a problem. The neck has to go under her bodice, so we need to be careful of that. And the arms, so these need to be careful. These two, I've kind of changed the position of the hair. I started off with it kind of like this so that you'd see a ponytail like flying behind her, but I really like this part of her hair. So I'm thinking of switching it to this so that you can see it to the side, but you still see this because I really like that. We'll see when we get there. All right, I'm gonna glue her down. I'm just gonna show you the basics of what I'm gonna start doing and then you guys go take yours and go to town with it. I usually stick a glue book next to me and glue, but I didn't feel like going and getting it. Okay, just glue her to your paper. Hold it down, make sure that it's really adhered. And I even switch my paper over to the opposite side and I rub on it. So then go ahead and glue the rest of your pieces together. Get your girl glued on your paper if you're following along with me. And I'll be back when I'm done with that. All right, here's where I'm at so far. Got her glued down as much as I want to glue her right now. I did make some changes. I decided to leave off the hair from being back here. Something about this haircut, I just really love it on her. We're gonna leave that off. We may use that for something else, maybe a little heart or something. This extra piece that I had sitting here on the table, I think I showed it in yesterday's video. I don't know, but it was just one of those pieces that was left over after you cut out something. I threw that on her as a hat, like one of those little hats that has the open crown up top for your hair to stick out. And then I had an extra piece that looked sort of like a wing and I trimmed it up a little bit and then made another one and gave her little wings. And her arm I put down at an angle so it stuck out over her bodice. So I just trimmed right here so that it would blend with her bodice. I have not added the flower on yet. I have not added her little hands that we made. And the reason I didn't add them is because they're on top, and it might be that I put the flower down and then put the little hand on top like that, like she's holding the flower. I haven't decided that yet, and it's not important at this point. The main thing, I needed to get her down so that I could see what she was gonna look like and then work with her from this angle. I was gonna cut her out, but I think I'm gonna leave her on the paper. And I'm just gonna paint on her some more and play with her some more, and I'm just gonna do that in silence. And if there's anything important, I'll tell you. And then after we're through playing with her, then we're gonna go and take the X-Acto knife or the scissors, whatever you have, and just cut her out. And then we'll decide what to do with her, okay? Let me get my paints out and get started. And I'm gonna have my coffee because it has arrived and that's the best part of the day. So I will be back in a second to get started. Okay, so how y'all coming along? Are you playing along? Are you having a good time with your dog? Okay, here's where we're at. I've been putting down paint, as you can see. A couple of things. I'm continuously laying paint over paint. I'm going to continue to add a layer of the color I used until I'm happy. I'm laying over colors until I get it where I want it, and then I'm going to change the color at some point if I want to, or I'm going to maybe add a little stenciling or a little decoration. Like here I tried to put a little bit of plaid in her skirt. I don't think I love it. I'll probably paint over that. I might leave it, and then I might put a little stencil or flowers or something on top of it, and then it'll just be some interest in the background. It's like visual texture, so to speak. The other thing I was going to tell you was on the arms, when I did the painting, I let my brush go over the edge a little bit, so it kind of gives it a little bit of a ruffled look. Like she's got a little ruffled shirt on. The wings, of course, are not going to stay blue, or at least not this way. I don't know. I haven't decided what they're going to be yet, but I wanted to get some paint on there. But I think she's coming along. I'm going to add some more layers of paint. Probably will do that off camera because it's just the same colors going on top over and over until I'm happy. And then when I change directions, I will come back and continue on with you guys. Also, keep in mind that your flower needs more paint too, so don't forget to keep working on your flower and any other little pieces that you're going to add. I may come in with more pieces later and I'll have to do something with them then, but I don't know what they are yet, so I have to wait. I do know I'm going to put a little belt or sash on her right here to cover this crease, and I'll probably put something at her neck, possibly, maybe down at the bottom of the skirt. I don't know, but I don't know what that's going to be yet, so I can't work on them until I know. I'm letting my pieces dry. I went ahead and glued my flower down, and this little piece here that was going to be hair that I decided not to make hair. I don't know if I'll use it, but it's down here just in case. I'm waiting for her to dry the rest of the way, and I have my little scrap box here with little tiny pieces of scraps, and I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna look and see if I can find anything that would look good as a little belt on her. This piece is interesting to me. This is really interesting. It could go over here on the flower. That would make the flower pop, or put it right there to kind of hide that seam. Go in the middle of that. Go on her hair like a little flower. Back here at her wings. Who knows? It could be something. So we'll set that aside. I'm just going to go through and see if I can find anything that would look interesting. So do that if you're following along. When I get through with this, we'll meet back here and I'll show you what I came up with. Okay, I've gone through my box. I found so many little things that inspired me to do other things, but I was trying to focus on this, but I kept going on other little rabbit trails. I found these. This would be cute lips. We're not going to do that, but I thought I'd joke and tell you. Okay, so let me show you what I found that interested me enough to pull out and possibly use. This looked interesting to me. This looked like a cool little overskirt, like a little Hawaiian dress or something, if we made it kind of curved like this. Like that. The other thing was this little piece here. Cut that down to a little apron. And then this little piece here, kind of a primitive looking little apron there. And this little piece could go on top as the belt, maybe? I don't know, maybe. But I did like this as the belt or waistband or something. This could be a little apron like that. Still don't love that enough to go for it. I pulled these out because I liked them. Don't think I'll use them, but I like them. This one I really like. It could be a belt loop. I mean, a belt buckle. There we go. I like that. That's a possibility. This little piece here could be used. But I also thought this would be cute, put on the stem, just add some interest. So I think I'll do that. And then this little piece was in the box, and that could be a little over apron. Could be like a headdress or something. That'd be cute. That'd be really cute. Then I found this little flower that I stamped off the excess ink on a stamp. If you cut that out, like that. That could be a little apron. We could paint it. We could leave it like that. Another headdress. And this one, why did I save this out? Oh, because I liked this little piece with the black, and I thought that would be cute in the flower. That would make the flower pop. I really want something down here, but I haven't found anything yet. So I have to figure that out. I'm going to decide that, and then I'll let you know what I've decided. But in the meantime, that's your job. Figure out what you want to put on yours as a little accessory and to spruce her up. I am going to look for something down here. And remember these little pieces that I used the other day after we made our accordion books? This was the strip that was left over after cutting out the pieces, and I set them aside, and as I've been working, I've been putting off the paint from my paintbrush on here, and I said these would come in handy one day. And then this is the piece that I used, actually a couple of them, to put my leaves on. and I just put the paint down on my leaves, and then it left little marks on here. Well, that might come in handy today because I found this little piece here that really interests me, and it has a little scoop right here, and it might be perfect for giving her a little bit of decoration on her dress. Okay, so then I could go like that, cut it off, and then I could put my little strip here or something here, right here, to make it look like she's got her skirt got too short, and then her mom came along and added something and then put trim here so you wouldn't know that it was lengthened. Sounds like something my mother would do. So I don't know, I may go with that. I just don't know, but I thought that was a cute idea, so I'm gonna hold on to that too. All right, now I'm gonna go figure this out. Okay, I have hunted high and low, and I just came right back to where I started with that long piece of paper that I showed you with the pink on it, and I cut out a piece, and I didn't like how it was looking, so I cut it with scallop scissors. I came up with a piece I like, and it'll go down here like this, and I've already cut off the ends. I lined it up and I just traced my little dress down, and I cut off where my skirt should be, or my little ruffle should be. So I've got that down, but then I couldn't decide how am I gonna hide this line. And you don't really have to hide every line. I just kind of wanted something here that made it look like it was attached, and nothing worked for me. Nothing really looked good. But then I remembered I had some rub-ons. These are Christy Tomlinson rub-ons, and I think they would work perfect, but they're so old, I don't know if they're going to work anymore. So, but I'm gonna try them. Maybe the little X's or maybe the little stitch lines, like the little blanket stitch here. First, I gotta get this glued down, and I'm gonna glue these two pieces on here because I think I like those enough to go with them. Let's start over here because I know for sure that this is what I want. Okay, it doesn't cover the whole stem, but that's okay. I just want to add a little interest. And when I cut her out, any little overlap that I missed will get cut out. All right, I took these out, and I'm going to give her a stitch line across the crease, and let's see if that fixes it. And if not, we'll add something else. Oh, that is so cute. That is so cute. I may leave her like that. I don't know. I was thinking of putting this little scallop on her, like there. Kind of like the stitch line. Let's reserve the scallop for later. Let's decide later. These are cute little rub-ons, and they actually work very well for being as old as they are. I finally decided on a belt. I was playing with this piece here. It used to be bigger. I decided I didn't want an apron or anything like that, although it would be cute. So I put this on here, and it's got this color and it's got the pink, and I just think that makes a cute little belt. So I'm gonna glue that down. I'm gonna bring my paint back in for a minute. This is just raw umber. I'm gonna take a brush that's wet, and I'm just gonna bring a little highlight around her hair. Just wanna bring in some color, and I'll wipe it off if I don't like it, or repaint it if I don't like it. I kind of like it like that. It gives her a little bit of a suntanned kind of look. I'm going to do that to her arms too. And let's do her cheeks. Actually, I'm going to do her face first. Okay, I've got her face drawn in, and I'm just gonna go and take some markers and a little tiny paintbrush and Posca pens or whatever, and I'm just gonna fill in the face. These are markers that don't work anymore, and I'm gonna take them and dip them in paint to get her bangs in, and then I'll keep working on her face. Okay guys, I really screwed up bad and it's causing me to run late today, so we're gonna have to stop. But what I did was I used a marker on her face that wasn't permanent. I thought I grabbed one marker and I didn't. I grabbed another type and it smeared everywhere. So I had to completely wipe out her face and do it over again. Anyway, that's where she's at. We're gonna have to stop. This will be a part 3. I really thought we'd finish her today, but I had to keep stopping a lot today and there's a lot of little details and we're still not done. I am not satisfied with her yet, so we're gonna keep going. And she looks messy because of all the excess paint and everything, but if you imagine her cut out, I think she's gonna be really cute once she's done. We still have to put her hands on. I still have to do something with her neck, her shirt, and I wanna do something on her hat. I'm gonna do a little more to her face. I might change her wings. We might use this, I don't know. So tomorrow when we come back, we will get back at it and hopefully tomorrow we'll finish her. I think we will. So I will see you tomorrow for what day? Oh, day 39. See you tomorrow. Have a great whatever it is. Bye-bye. And these are very, very old. These are Christy Tomlinson rub-on. These are Christy Tomlinson These are Christy Tomlinson. These are Christy Tomlinson These are Christy Tomlinson rub-ons. Okay, stop laughing.